Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Rob Evans 365. It's day number 393, and in the last 24 hours, something very exciting has happened. I received 5 different drafts of the front cover of my book, Awaken the Sexy Within, direct from Morgan James Publishing for my approval. And it was an exciting process because I have been through this once before, where at I don't know the exact timing. I'd have to check through my records, but let's just say over 12 months ago, when I was determined to finish writing my book, or to really make a start and then finish it, I thought I need to have something visual. So I went about creating a front cover, and I engaged the services of a consultant through Upwork. If you've never used that can be quite a handy little tool. And I used Upwork, and together we came up with the concept of the front cover of the book. Nice fonts and subheading and all that kind of stuff. So it was an interesting process to talk through with Morgan and James how I came up with the concepts, the colours, etc., etc. So then they said what they were going to do is put their spin on it and come up with something. So they came up with five reasonably different concepts. And what I did was I printed the 5 of them out, stuck them up on the wall to see which one resonated with people mostly, particularly the female audience, because that's really who the book is going to probably most appeal to. So there was one that immediately drew me into it. I think it needed some tweaks, but there was one that particularly drew me in. And Jeff over in LA, he was the same, and Cherie, she was the same. The girls, they were the same as well, my girls. And by far the majority of people like this one particular front cover. So I have sent that back just late last night, to the publishers with some changes. There were some things on there that weren't quite right, referring to Kerry. They got some details wrong, and just to tweak the font of some of it, and actually the words "awaken thee," and we'll see what they come back with. But I think we're very close, so that's really very, very exciting. And it makes you realise how close things are getting now. So I'm hoping by early next week I'll get a copy of the proofread book back, and then I just need to double check some links in there, and then we're all good. We are all good to go to print, and to go to Morgan James for them to put their final formatting, etc. in place. So I think that's super exciting. There was another topic that I wanted to talk about today, and actually I've got sort of 2 that I thought about talking about. Maybe I'll talk about the Facebook post I just did today. So today is the I don't even know what day it is. It's a Friday, and it is Friday where's the calendar? It's Friday the 12th of July. So if you want to check my Facebook post, you can do that. Check the Facebook post on that date. And I have posted a photo of me with JT's 4 top coaches. This was part of the Dream Team coaching experience that I did in August last year, so coming up to 12 months now. And the reason that I posted that photo was the topic of it was, how do you become the best version of you? Or how do you become, no, that wasn't it actually. It's like, how do you become the best at what you do? And what I did, I know it's a few hundred words, but talked about how about 7 years ago I made the decision to change every aspect of my life to make it better. And that included my personal relationships. It involved leaving a 20-year marriage. And look, Angela and I get on really, really great now, but I felt that there was more for me. So I left that, changed professions like 3 years prior to that, and made the decision that I needed to become a better version of myself, for me first and then for the others around me, and how I sought out the best coaches in the world. And you've heard me talk about this before, but so I started with Tony Robbins and got my mindset right, and then I wanted to serve more people, move to the global stage, all that kind of thing. I didn't really know how to do it, but I knew that I needed to find the right coach. And then I found JT Fox, and I'm not going to go through everything that I've done since then, but it's really JT that has really exploded my life into where it is right now. And honestly, I think it's probably a 2-year plan from here. I know JT doesn't like any more plans than a 12-month period, because you don't really know. But I say 2 years because it's really not so we've just ended one financial year here in Australia. So we have 30 June year-end, financial year-end, as opposed to the calendar year-end. But it's my book, which I think is going to really help propel my brand and my credibility in the space of what I do. It's going to be out in the US in May next year. Now that's near the end of my financial year, so it's almost 12 months away from now, isn't it? So I think it's going to be the 6 to 12 months following that where there's going to be some real, some real massive change because of what's been involved in getting everything to this stage, and what's going to come in terms of the marketing of the book, etc., etc. So that's why I'm thinking, in the next 2 years, things are really going to blow up. But let's see what we can do, over this next 12 months. And when you write down what it is that you have done and for how many years, well, 9, I suppose, up to 8, I guess, up to the time where I met JT, where I was trying to do things on my own with different type of coaching, but it wasn't until I got that right sort of coaching that I'm like, boom, laser focused and taking action every single day. Even though that's what Tony Robbins talks about, I wasn't getting the results with Tony that I am with JT, nothing near it. JT has provided much more experiences for me and real action within me. So he's really got a gift, and it's really inspired something within me. So obviously that part of his coaching style has really connected with me, and I'll be forever grateful and thankful to you, JT, if you happen to be listening to this. Life just wouldn't be the same without you. It's really helped give me some clear direction and focus and drive for what it is that I want to achieve. And I think when you consider all the different steps, all the different elements that you've done, when you've taken big action like I have, it's really quite compelling and exciting to think that, wow, I could have quite easily done nothing, but instead I decided to do something great. I decided to take massive action. I decided to go all in with my effort, investment in staff, in coaching, to make sure that I would get the absolute best results possible. And that's why I am now where I am. And do you know what brought it all back to me was really a phone call that I had yesterday. Now, I use an app on my phone, which I don't know what it's called for the general population, because I've got a professional version of it. I'm going to say it's called Fitness Builder, and it's called something different for me. And I use that app, and the person that I go through to get licensing for that app and license my clients for it, he's based up in Sydney, Cameron, and we haven't spoken for probably over 12 months. And it's interesting because he's been trying to grow his business, and I've given him some coaching tips on what I've done and how he can help grow his business and so forth. He's a physiotherapist, but I just got the feeling that his business is not growing the way that he likes. And he said to me, look, I've been meaning to, we just happened to connect. He called me and he said, look, I've been meaning to call you for ages. And I sent him through a request to set up another client. And that prompted him to give me a call. And he said, well, I just really want to hear about what it is that you're doing with JT and how that's helped you and everything. And, when I ran through all the different things from the start of really this podcast series, and today's, day 393, almost 400 days ago, from doing that one simple thing to, dedicating myself to finish the book and make it the best thing that I could, and now being picked up by a publisher, meeting the celebrities, interviewing people all around the world, connecting with people all around the world, and connecting with Olympic athletes, forming really strong bonds there, doing business with Kerry. There are so many different things. Being given the opportunity by JT and his team to talk at his event. These are all priceless things that have come my way by virtue of me taking a whole bunch of action. And he's like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And it's interesting when you hear other people, reflect on what it is that you're doing, when it's like, actually, yeah, it is. But you I don't think of it in that way. You're kind of just looking at that, what's that next thing? And oh, wow, that's a fantastic experience. That's so great that I've been able to do that. But okay, now what's next? So celebrate for a moment, and then what's that next thing? What's the next thing that I need to do? Because I really do feel like I'm just at the beginning. People say, oh, wow, you've done so much. And I'm almost 400 episodes into this, and I feel like, my podcasts are only just beginning. The messages that I can bring, and that's the way that I feel with many other aspects of what it is that I do as well. So I think that was what prompted me to write it all down in the Facebook post and kind of talk about it here. So that's really all I wanted to talk about in terms of that. Apart from saying, and I know I've mentioned this recently, probably in the last 10 days, I made the decision and committed to making everything in my life better. And I also resolved that I was not going to settle until I got what it is that I wanted. And I'm not there yet. So what that does is creates this raging inferno within me that says I will never stop until I get to where it is that I want to get to. And even when I get there, I'm probably still going to want to keep burning because this is just such an important part of who I am and what I do. And it brings me so much love, joy, happiness to do what I do. It's so special. And because I'd made those decisions, I determined that even though I didn't know the answers to the things or the pathway to get there, I was going to find the answers, and I was not going to settle or stop working until I got those outcomes. And the other big change for me through JT, let's go back. So I decided to get coaching from the best person in the world in this space, and that was JT. And since following all of JT stuff every single day, that's when I made the commitment to myself, hearing him talk about how, all the billionaires and the most financially successful people and the great business leaders of the world, they're all getting up before 5 a.m. And I thought, right, 5 a.m.'s early, before 5 a.m.'s early, but if the most successful business people in the world are saying that you need to get up earlier and you need to do this stuff early in the morning before your day gets away from you, then I'm going to do it because they say you need to do it, they do it, and they get the results. I'm not getting the results that I want and I don't do it. So logic says I need to start doing it. So that's why I now get up at 4:20. Now I've been doing it for probably about 5 months now. You know, I've said before about you've got to do something for more than 90 days. Now it's just habit. Getting up at 4:20 just feels probably like 6 or 7 o'clock to most people because I do it so often. And because I live such a healthy, vibrant life, and with my exercise, my food and supplements, then I feel energized. Yes, I get tired, but I'm completely energized and focused the majority of the time. The only time I'm not is when I perhaps don't sleep. I have interrupted sleep. So like last night we had some interrupted sleep. The night before there was some interrupted sleep. And that can accumulate, can't it? But tonight, I guarantee I'll be having a lovely sleep. But I'll still be up early tomorrow morning. I'll still be up at 4:20, 4:30 tomorrow morning. It's Saturday, but I'll still be up that early. So I listen to what the coaches said and I implemented. I'm doing it. And this is your fastest ticket to success in whatever area it is that you want to get better or become an authority or an expert in. I was coaching someone yesterday, and it was more business coaching. And I said to them, we've been having some discussions for a little while, and bottom line is this person needs to shut their business and go and work for someone else. And because they're not a business person, and even though they've done okay out of their business and it's provided them with lifestyle choices, they hate it, and they need to follow their passion and do something else. So I've been pushing this person to really dig deep and find what's your passion, what is it. And we've been working on it, to be honest, for probably years in terms of different discussions. It comes up from time to time, and she wanes from one thing to another. And something happened last week. It was last Thursday actually, during a session, and I made some comments about, we've been having the same discussion for so long. It's time that look, don't get me wrong, she doesn't pay me to be a business coach for her. We're doing PT, fitness coaching. And I said, we've been talking about the same stuff for about 3 years now, and you're telling me the same stuff. I said, you've got to make a decision. I said, you've got to commit to leaving, finding what it is that you want to do, and just pushing through no matter what, because it's going to be hard. And if you become immobilized because it's going to be hard, you'll never do anything, and you'll stay where you are, and you'll be unhappy, and you'll die regretful. So over the week, she determined what it was exactly that she wanted to do, and they've put the business on the market. And I was like, wow, that's an amazing breakthrough. Well done. But I was talking to her. It effectively requires a tweaking, a change of what it is that she's currently doing. And I said, what you need to do is you need to find the best people in the world that do what it is that you want to do. And she's like, how do I do that? I said, well, jump on Google and just start Googling this particular topic, the particular area, profession where you want to become an expert, and just start researching who's in that space and what are they doing, and then connect with them on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. Start messaging them, not to say, hi, how you going? But maybe it's just to start with, it's liking their posts, it's making some comments on their posts and that kind of stuff. Meaningful ones, so that they can see that you're not just a groupie or whatever, that you're somebody that appreciates the work that they're doing, insightful comments. And then find out who's the best at what you do, or what it is that you want to do in Australia and in Melbourne, and do the same thing with them. And I said, then you need to find a way that you can go and work with them and become an authority in that field, so you can then, go and do what it is that you want to do with those skills. And so I said the bottom line is that you need to find the best people in the world and get coached by them. And then that's when you'll become the better version and the best version of what it is that you want to do. It sounds so simple, but so few people will actually do it. So few do it. So then if you bring that all back to the health and fitness discussion, then what you want to do is to find that coach that you are comfortable working with, that has got awesome results and is going to completely propel you to another level. And this is why people come to work with me, because they know that I will give them results. They know that we'll get them results. They know that it's 100% guaranteed. There's nothing to lose. All you need to do is follow the program. You can look at the success stories. You can see that it's real. They're not made up reviews or anything like that. There's photos. They're real people with their real stories. And you can achieve those results as well. All you've got to do is make the decision to start getting coaching. That's where you have to start. You have to find who it is you're going to work with, make sure that they're the best at what they do, then go and get coaching from them. So somebody was asking me, yesterday we were having a discussion, actually the same person I was just talking about, and I said to her, I don't say this to brag or boast or to sound cocky, but I said, I believe that I am the best in the world at what I do, and I would back my ability to coach people to get results against any fitness professional in the world. For that matter, any fitness professional, nutritionist, dietitian, anywhere in the world to get better results. Because I'm just so confident in what it is that I do. And it's not about using crazy techniques or drugs or extreme dieting like keto and all that kind of stuff. It's nothing like that. It's about sustainable, healthy lifestyle, making you strong, vibrant, energized, and having a deep, impactful impact on your life. That's why I love what I do. So there's your homework, okay? I think I did talk about this. It might be a little bit of going over the same thing that we've gone over in the past, in the last 10 days, about finding out what it is that you want to become great at and go and find out who that is and get the coaching. But you hear the same thing over and over, and each day you listen to the same thing, you'll find that you'll pick up a different message. JT says to listen to all his programs at least 3 times so that you can really absorb the messages. So you can do that as well with these. So that's all for today. You have a great rest of the day, and I've still got a big announcement coming up with the podcast. I can't do it just yet because it's not finished. It's getting much closer. Hopefully by, the next couple of days, hopefully it's all done and then I can talk about it. And that's another next exciting progression of the business. So that's all for me today. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.